I Hi. Look at me. Hi, Steven. Y'all be by the way, if y'all aren't following Steven on Instagram, you should. He has like all the stuff, all of the stuff, all of the makeups, all of the swatches, all of the looks. So definitely you should do that. And like, listen, first of all, I just need to tell you that I just got out of the shower not that long ago. So there's that. I am also surviving on 1 hour of sleep, 1 hour of sleep. Um, because my mother and I did find a house. I'm going to get into that some other time. Patrons, channel members, we'll talk about that. But we did find a house. And I get mad stressed anytime there's like a big situation, anytime there's a big situation. So I didn't sleep. And by the time I finally did fall asleep, hello, my alarm went off. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's all. I guess that's where we are. Like, I'm not going to get any sleep. Sir, my day was actually good. For those of you who do not know, I have been in the rat trap vehicle that has no AC for a little over a month, almost 2 months probably. I don't understand time. We're going to move past that. And it's been over 100 degrees almost every day. But then I went on vacation for 3 days so that we could house hunt. And on the last day, I got a notification from my sub who was like, "Hey, your van's back." And I was like, so today it was like 115 degrees. I didn't even care because I had air conditioning in my vehicle and I could work. So it was wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Now, first of all, for anybody who's watching this on the replay and has never seen me before, hello, my name is Audra. This is my other channel. I have many channels because YouTube doesn't like it when I do a lot of different things on one channel. Also, I'm over here because if I do too many things, too many like back to back streams on my regular YouTube, it like ruins, it bogs it down. So I'm here. So just like if you're subscribed over here, make sure you throw on your noties. Big ups to the patrons and channel members without whom I would not be able to kind of bop beep boop bop, beep do bop beep this whole thing. Listen, the story is gonna be so fun. Listen. Oh no, Stephen, you just learned. What a horror. We're either 45 minutes late or 2 hours early. So like, I do have a house. I'm excited. I'm very excited. But that'll be like a little private chat because there's like a whole story to it that's gonna be cute and fun. Not cute, maybe, but fun. I don't know. Maybe both things. Listen, has anybody else but me been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty? Because it's on Prime. It is Listen, I love this show because deep down, I I am a tween, okay? Probably not that deep down considering considering the neurodivergency of my brain. It's probably not that deep down that I'm a tween. Anyways, I have been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. Hi Janessa. Janet, I promise I'm gonna tell y'all probably what's tomorrow. It's tomorrow Saturday. I think what I'm doing is Saturday, and I'm really gonna try to hold to this is 8 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna watch the first Fast and Furious movie, period. Okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna zoom. We're gonna family. All right. We're gonna watch how the Fast and Furious is really a movie about anti-capitalism and anti-police. Thank you. So it's been so while since I drank out of one of these. I'm sorry if I keep clinking my teeth. So, for those of you not in the know, The Summer I Turned Pretty is a show on Amazon Prime, which you will I don't know how to show any clips of that ever because like Prime doesn't ever let you screen record and I don't have all the wits about me to be able to like figure it out and like be able to show any of that to y'all in a video. Mm-mm. So the summer I turned pretty is about Belly. The main story is about Belly choosing between two brothers, Conrad and Jeremiah. Now, both of these boys look like aliens. It's fine. Like both of these boys look like aliens, but he's a family. So, but then there's like some subplots about Belly's mother and the boy's mother. So in the first season, we're kind of watching as Belly like starts to come into her own, and Conrad, the elder brother, and Jeremiah, the more alien looking of the two brothers, both seem to like kind of have some little designs on Belly. By the way, Jer is a bisexual. He's a bisexual. He's he's a Anyways, um, okay. Well, Steven, because the boys are related. That's why. Angie, I have survived the heat. Now that I have AC, it's fine. It's fine. So in the first season, we watch Belly, who's had a crush on the elder brother, the elder alien brother Conrad, since the beginning of time. She's always liked him. Listen, you have to whisper it or like things get mad. You have to be like, a bisexual. Yes. He loves bikes. He likes pink bikes and blue bikes and probably yellow bikes as well. So So she's always had this crush on him, but it's just not like working out for whatever reason. He's kind of still being a douchebag and he is like not really being, forthcoming. Like they may have some weird tense moments where they're like kind of close to each other or whatever. But in the end, she ends up kind of like dating Jeremiah because Jeremiah takes her to cotillion. I don't know if that's true. It's the coming out. What is that thing where people come out? Not that coming out, not like not gay, not that come out, like, we're ladies coming out, also the same thing. It's not a drag coming out, it's not a coming out of the closet. It's no, it's a thing where they're like ladies in society. I promise you I've only had 1 hour of sleep, I'm so sorry. They're not actually aliens, they look like aliens. Let me see if I can get, like, the because they really do look like 2 alien brothers, um, from another planet. Let's see, show. Everybody like, apparently the 3rd thing is that everybody wanted to see Jeremiah because that was, like, the most looked at thing, and, like, no, absolutely not. Like, absolute aliens. Hold on, let me see if there's, like, where's the thing where it's like sorry, I'm, like, burping and getting overexcited. Alright, let's see here. Let's see if I can get a look at Jeremiah and Conrad. So, I feel like this photo, if I can properly present to you, share the screen, a window, a window. No, okay. So let me just try it from a different browser because I win, most times I lose. All right. So the summer I turned pretty cast. Oh, there's gonna definitely be a 3rd season. That is mostly for kind medium, medium for all right. These are the brothers Conrad Jim Conmaya. I'm coming up with words at this point. Here is them. Let's see. I think I got it. These are our alien brethren. These 2 boys here. I hope it doesn't bring up some stupid article that I don't care about. It did. It did do exactly that. I was like, don't bring up this article that I don't care about. I just wanted to see like, oh, they ruined it. I don't care about any of this. Sorry for the scrolling. Apologies. Anyways, it's these two alien boys right here. They to me look like aliens. They're kind of a little creepy. I don't get the appeal personally. Thin lips, alien eyes, weird hair, pointy Adam's apples. I, I'm elderly. What do what do I know? How could anybody hate watch it, Feffy? It's a glorious show. And I'm gonna tell you why it's glorious, okay? I do hate that it is a coming of age story that surrounds a girl falling for brothers, but straight girls are in fact weird. It's the eyes. They look like you know what I mean? Like they're super tan and then they have these like really light blue eyes. So it gives me like the creeps, the shivers. Like I also wouldn't trust my drink around either one of these characters, but that's just me. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't like any of it and I want it to go away. But it's not going to go away. And at the end of season one, we find Belly, who is Korean and white, because of course she is, because the lady who writes these also wrote To All the Boys I've Kissed Before. And all of her characters are always Asian and white girls who fall in love with white boys. Like, I promise you, all like every story she writes, she's like, I have a Korean mom and a shitty white dad. And or my Korean mom is dead and my white dad is alive. Either way, I have a white dad and my mom is Korean. This is how it has to be. I believe she must be telling like stories from her own life. I don't know. I don't know who she is, but this is her thing, right? And so they're always Korean and white young ladies and Belly apparently is just hot now. She's a sexy young woman and she comes between these two brothers because she and Jeremiah are starting to like kind of hook up, but guess what? Of course Conrad sees her with Jeremiah and he just can't handle it anymore. He just can't hold back the love he has for Belly. And season one basically ends with like Conrad and Belly deciding to be together. You're wondering how that's going to fare for Jer. Also, in the side story with the moms, their mom is dying of the big C. I don't know a nicer way to say it or to how to be more like caring because I can't do that. I don't have the emotion and the bandwidth and the mask for that right now. So I'm just going to tell you that she was just not going to do any extra treatments, but she was like convinced by her alien sons to do some kind of magic different treatment for the big C. So it ends with her agreeing to keep trying to live past the big C. And then Belly and Conrad are together. Now we move into season two. Okay. Season two is where things get really exciting. Also, there's a guy in season one whose name is Cam Cameron, who Belly dates briefly, and he is also a mixed young man. He is probably black and white. You'd have to see Cam Cameron to know what I'm talking about. Um, Listen, Janessa, first of all, you should not be troubled at all. It was glorious. Listen, movie. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I adore tween movies. I watch almost all of them. I understand that I am a 43-year-old person. I get that. I'm also a 43-year-old neurodivergent person. I love these movies. They take me back to my childhood. Like watching The Summer I Turned Pretty was like a whole thing for me where I was like, "Oh my god, I remember when we were kids and we could just be like girls and like this reminds me of when everybody started liking boys and I was like, I can't really do that. I'm not into it. I'm still playing dolls and everybody's dating and I had to bring a picture of my cousin up to the school in like what 7th grade so that I could pretend that I had a boyfriend so that everybody would just leave me alone and stop trying to hook me up with people. Yes, this is a real story. My life is sad. Moving on. Um I don't like love triangles, and I especially don't like them when they're familial. Because in season 2, we find out Belly gave up the gift to Conrad. All right. But she and Conrad had a big ass fight and they broke up. Like he wasn't doing so well with his mom, losing her battle to the big C, which is understandable, obviously, but he was pushing Belly away the entire time. And in this interim, because before Belly and Jer were like kind of before that, and I'm so sorry for that imagery, I apologize. But before that, they were like the bestest of friends. But now they don't talk anymore because she got with Conrad and he's like so tired of being like the least better brother, even though he's the more alien looking one. You know what I mean? Like he's a super alien. Like Conrad came from another planet, but Jeremiah legit just fell out of the stars. Anyways, and like, so now we're finding out what happened in the past. And I really hate those kinds of episodes where they're like doing flashbacks. Essentially, Susanna, the boy's mother, passes away. Everything goes a little haywire for everyone. But then they decide that they're going to cousins because Jeremiah can't get a hold of, I just forgot his name, Conrad. And since he can't get a hold of him, he finally decides to like meet up with Belly because maybe Belly knows where he is. And she, of course, doesn't. And they decide that they're going to go to Cousins, which is their beach house, the magical, magical beach house where everybody goes. And their super tall white dad, who was on American Werewolf in Paris, is there. Okay. So but he's like not actually there, but he only shows up to be a dick and then he leaves, which, fine. Absentee fathers, that seems to be a bit of a theme. But they get there and they find out that Kira Sedgwick, who is their auntie, is going to sell their house. And they're like, you can't do this. This is our family house. This is where our mama lives. This is our memories of our mom. And she's like, your mom wasn't a saint, okay? I'm Kira Sedgwick. And so Kira Sedgwick has a child who is a they, them, and they are wonderful. And I cannot remember their name. It's like, and we're going to call them. No, just kidding. We're gonna call them Rascal because I literally cannot remember their name. I just choke. I'm choking on my spit. Let me live. Say a prayer. Sorrows. Sorrows, prayers. There we go. So why am I like this? Because I've had zero sleep. Let me live. So, what did I say I was gonna call them? Um, Valley. We're gonna go with Valley because that's what I can remember now. So Kira Sedgwick and their child Valley are there. They're trying to ruin everything. Valley's like, I'm gonna Rascal. That's better than Valley. Thank you, Steven. Thank you for being Johnny on the spot, Steven on the spot. So Rascal is like there with their mom. This is the first time they've seen their cousins in a long time. Their cousins are Conrad and Jeremiah, just in case that things might start getting confusing. And Belly is there, and things are like weirdly heated between her and the two brothers. It's getting kind of uncomfortable and sort of creepy. Anyway, we do find out that Belly like made a bit of a scene at their mom's funeral, but it's really kind of Conrad's fault. But also, I really don't like the way that Belly just like every time she turns around, she's like, "I'm just making everything worse." And I do hate that she's very like self-centered about this whole thing. I'm like, girl, it's their mom who died. And I know that she was super close to you, but like you're literally making everything about you. Like, just let them grieve. Like, let them grieve. Let these boys grieve. But as we're moving along, also her brother Steven gets together with her friend Taylor, and that's cutish. It's not like I think that it would have been more impactful if they were paying more attention to them as a like couple earlier. And I like them together because it's kind of sweet. And Steven's kind of goofy and Taylor's kind of bitchy, but together they work. And she's like me for real, because she's over there like, I'm normally used to being the boss and shit, but with you, I like really, really like you. And I am afraid to get hurt. And she's like, I'm having a vulnerable moment, bitch. And he's like, listen, you're gonna break my heart, girl. And then they make out. That's at the end. The whole point is the reason we're having this little tete-a-tete, because I'm assuming that anyone who's watching this has in fact seen the show. And I want to know anybody who has seen the show. And if you haven't seen the show, go watch it. I'm sorry. These are all spoilers. Whatever. It's too late now. What do you want me to do? I can't rewind in real life. So, what has happened is that Belly has managed to patch things up with the brothers, right? They're all friends. Everybody's being chill. And then they end up having to camp out at a golf course because evil Kira Sedgwick not only sold their mother's house out from underneath them, but also this bitch moved out all their mama's furniture. Like they came home from a like fun time out on the pier with Rascal, who's like, I'm having so much fun. I'm normally like, kind of an angry NB, but now they're like, chill. And that's when they run into Cam Cameron. See, I said he would come back around. So, hi, Lucifera. Emotional tweens making really dumb decisions like, can I handle it? Listen, handle it. It's great. It's wonderful. So then it does good things for your ah, your spirit. And this one, I do like the thing. I'm gonna get to the thing that I like. I'm gonna try to be done in like 15 minutes because I need to go to sleep. Because obviously I have the ADHD zoomies because I haven't had any sleep and I need that. So they have a good time on the pier. They come back, they find out all the furniture's gone. They go to the golf course because they do to sleep. They need a place to sleep. I don't know why the mom would move all the shit out and then just be like, fuck you kids. Like even Rascal's like, damn, mom, this was harsh. Like you couldn't be more chill. Like, wow. So they're all at the golf course, and basically Jeremiah kind of like confesses to Belly, like, I couldn't kiss you because they were doing like truth or dare or some shit. And then, like, of course, Rascal was like, Jeremiah, I dare you to kiss Belly. And he's like, nope, game over. And she's like, why don't you want to kiss me, Jer? I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to make out with me. I'm so confused. Like, we were just kind of hanging out and I kissed you like maybe one time last summer, but like, me and Conrad were together, even though he ruined it because he's a fucking asshole. And Jeremiah says, listen, because if I kiss you, I don't think I can ever stop. Girl, listen. I was like, first of all, Jeremiah, congratulations on you being man enough to admit your emotions. Thank you. We love to see an alien king letting out his emotions and expressing himself in a positive way that isn't hitting things or violently grabbing anyone. Appreciate it. Thank you, Alien King. Aliens in the chat. So then I knew Pepper wasn't going to let me let that go. Listen, yes, he's an alien king. I'm sorry to this man, but like both of them, the whole time I watch the show, that is the one thing that is distracting is they do look like aliens from outer space. And I'm sorry, like that's just the way that it is. I'm not in their demographic, obviously. I mean, the show, yes, but them as like attractiveness, absolutely not. So they start kind of hanging out and kind of like getting together. Then they have like a party in which, like, I don't know, a whole fight ensues between the three of them because basically, like, Conrad goes off on all kinds of things because Conrad is emotionally unavailable. So these are going off on all kinds of things. And as per usual, Conrad bottles everything up inside of his scrawny man chest. And he is like, listen, I had to like beg Jeremiah to let me date you, Belly. Like, damn, son, you didn't have to be letting out all this shit. So Belly ends up feeling bad. She calls her mom crying, who, by the way, her mom has not known this entire time. They've been out in cousins. I don't know why she cared because it's not like Belly is 12, but I digress. So then they're all like, her mom comes. Her mom ends up smoothing the situation over. Kira Sedgwick realizes that she is being mean as hell for no reason. Like, this is too much. She is being too damn dramatic. Just because you and your sister did not have a good relationship does not mean that you should like snatch up the one thing that these boys have left of their mother. Like, what kind of nightmare are you to do that? Be like, well, I can't afford it. Like, bitch, somebody in their family can. That's a big house. Don't be an asshole. Like, what are you doing? It is. I'm sorry. Like, we have the same chest. If I didn't have tea time But me and Conrad would have the exact same concave chest. I promise you. So you said Jeremiah's aging better in both appearance and intelligence. Yes. So then we start getting deep down into the nitty gritty, right? Because now that Belly knows that Conrad had this whole talk with Jeremiah and basically was just like, let us be together and like back off. Like, I love Belly, like da 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 da. She's realizing that maybe Conrad isn't the guy that she thought that he was, you know? Maybe he was just like always this crush and like it's Jeremiah because they keep having these like cute ass moments, her and Jeremiah. Like they have one on this like super duper ride, which in Texas will be like the Superman ride, which somebody lost their feet on that thing. And that was, see, that's why I don't get on that. You know what I mean? I got on a Titan one time. My mama was screaming for Jesus behind me. I lost my voice. The G forces were pulling me up out of the thing. I don't like that shit no more. Like I used to like a roller coaster from time to time, but you know what? That's a horrible way to die. Plus, if you watch a Final Destination movie, you find. Anyways, she is beginning to realize that like maybe it's Jer. And then we have this whole conversation where we see like from Jer's point of view, like he fell in love with Belly the moment that she came that first summer, the first part of the summer. He saw her get out of that car. He was like, damn, Billy. But he was like, I can't really have Belly because Belly and Conrad have always had a thing. And she's always liked him. And for her, it's always been Conrad because he always knew that, right? And so now it's looking like maybe it's my turn. That's how he phrases it. Like, listen, you're not the only one. And they call him Jer because like it's 2023. They're like, Jer. Oh my God, I can see his armpit hair. It's destructive. Anyways, not because he has it, but because like I didn't think he was old enough for armpit hair. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. Don't look at me. A minor. Oh. So, anyways, we move on. See. So now you're really starting to see like they have a big ass party. I told you about that. And somewhere in that party, Steven ends up having like getting into a fight with Taylor's boyfriendish named Milo, and he makes music and he makes a diss track about Steven later, and it kind of actually slaps, to be honest. Like the lyrics aren't super great, but like the beat is kind of nice. I'm like, all right. So now Belly is trying to figure out which one of these boys she likes, and she even ends up calling her mom because they have to help Conrad do some studying or some shit because he got into Stanford and they have to help him study because he has to like pass something in Brown so that he can go to Stanford. So they get him studying. And then, you know, everybody finally gets to go to sleep so that he can go to class and pass his final. But she wakes up in the middle of the night, Belly being she's like, oop. Also at the party, just side note, Rascal kisses Cam Cameron, and it's like really a good time. And I really enjoyed this because it was cute and I was proud of them because they just were very direct. They were like, listen, can I kiss you? You can say no. And Cam Cameron is like, of course you can. So they do that. Sorry for the sound effects and the visual. Again, I can't help myself. This is who I am as a person. And so you know why? It's because, like, when women have armpit hair, like the long kind, they, like, make it look nice, and men's armpit hair is, like, askew, akimbo, if you will, and it's, like, scraggly. It just looks like, you know, like a wet cat. Anyways, so this is why I need to have sleep. Oh my god. I know I'm talking so fast. Whoever made it this far on the replay, like drop that emoji so that I know that I was talking fast and you made it this far. So anyway, so now they've done the studying, okay? They've gotten his ass to Brown. Like the three of them go to Brown. The rest of the family just goes home for reasons, whatever. But the three of them go to Brown because, of course, they do. Because it's not awkward or weird for them to have all kissed the same girl. This is bow chicka bow bow wow 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 wow. They make dirty movies about this situation. Anyways, So they're at Brown. They got to wait for him to go, take his test or whatever. So then they go to some other school that starts with an F because Jeremiah's like, listen, while we wait for Conrad, let's go there. And then they're like, all right. So off they go to the F college, Flynn college, Flim Flam. They go over there, check things out, and she's like looking at all this stuff, and she's like, "Oh my god!" Also, it's just a side note, Belly's like really good at volleyball. I keep like throwing in these side notes, but they're really like tantamount to the plot. She's super good at volleyball. But because she was like busy wrapped up in Conrad's junk, she like completely just, kind of fell out of volleyball. Plus, Susanna passed away from the big C and her mom and like she's just been letting her whole life fall apart ever since all of that fell apart. So she got kicked off of the volleyball team and couldn't go to volleyball camp. And that was like a whole thing where they're trying to get her to go to volleyball camp and trying to convince the coach. But the coach was like, nah, this bitch done fucked up one too many times. So now they're over here and Jeremy is just seeing Jeremiah. I keep calling him Jeremy. Jeremiah is just seeing like all the stars in Belly's eyes, being like, oh my God, I wanna play volleyball and have a trophy with my name on it. So she's very excited about this. And he's like, you can go here. And then they buy like a shirt to college and a sweatshirt. And they're very excited. And then like they're there waiting for Conrad and they're like leaning on the car, right? And she's like, no, I want to be with you, Jeremiah. I want something real, and it's you. You're real. Cause he's just like, listen, I can't take it. I can't take it. If you do the same shit again that you did to me last time, like, I know I seem like I'm all alien smiles and big, bright alien eyes, but girl, I got a human heart inside this weird alien body. And I'm going to need for you to not break it. She's like, it's you, Jer. And then they're like, kissing, kissing, holding, lifting. And then who should come out? You guessed it. You bet your sweet Bippy. 'Twas Conrad. He's like, he always looks constipated. I'm so sorry. He looks constipated. Every time he's supposed to look upset, he just looks like he hasn't pooped in like 8 weeks and it's just like in there and like they're about to have to do like a whole enema. So he's looking and they're like, oop, and he's like, eat. And he's just like, I'm gonna leave, y'all. Because he had been telling Steven, side note, which is really not a side note, it's also tantamount to the plot. Steven, who is Belly's brother, by the way, he has been telling Conrad, tell her how you feel. Tell her how you feel. I am Team Conrad. Well, guess what? You bet on a losing horse, bitch. So, anyways, Conrad takes off in a dramatic ass bitch fashion, goes back to his dorm. And then Jeremiah looking at Belly like, go fucking get him. Damn. She's like, I thought you wanted me to choose you, bitch. I am choosing you. And you want me to go get your bitch ass brother? And he's like, yeah. So off he goes. I need sleep so bad. So off he goes. She goes to like try to talk to Conrad. And Conrad does the thing that he always does, which is he shuts down. And then he goes off to his dorm room where his random black roommate, who's only appeared, this is the second time that he's appeared, is just like going on and on about how Jeremiah is so hot. It is genuinely so weird because he's just like, and he's got those eyes and like, da da da. I'm like, why is this happening? Anyway, Conrad is looking at the infinity necklace that he once got for Belly, but Belly gave back to him when they broke up. And so now he goes outside. He's got a little plan for him. And you think he's going to be mature? Fuck no, he's not going to be mature. He's going to get in this car and he's going to be a motherfucking menace. So the three of them are riding back. He's trying to act like everything's chill. Meanwhile, he is just being, oh my God, a sabotage at every turn, right? Every time like something happens. So Belly's in the front, she's reading. He's in the back. He's like, Belly, you know you're going to throw up, right? You should know that, Jer. Belly always gets sick when she reads in cars. Bitch, who's the better brother now? And Jeremiah's like, she took Dramamine earlier so that she could read her fucking book, dude. Calm down. Hey, Belly, my sweater looks good on you, Belly, from the back seat. She's like, gonna take it off. Jeremiah's like, if you're cold, wear it. This shit is getting out of hand. They go to get snacks because Belly's hungry. Who will get the best snacks? You guessed it. It's not Jeremiah. I'm so sorry. It ends up being Conrad because apparently she likes sour things, not Swedish fish. And Jeremiah's like fucking crestfallen. And then they have to like go get a hotel because a whole ass storm is happening. Now the three of them are, and listen, I wish I could be ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I should be, but I am not. Because what happens next is we all think that a three-way is going to take place because we're adults and we're disgusting. But what's really going to happen is Belly's going to sleep on the bed and those two are going to sleep on either side of the bed. Listen, don't look at me like that. I understand that this is a tween film, but I've seen too many adult movies where that's how it always goes. They're like, maybe we should all kiss. So that's not what happens here because they're teenagers. So, of course, there was only one bed. It's not sexy if there's not one bed. There can only be one bed. And of course, Belly's going to sleep in it. So now they're all trying to like make their decisions. And, Conrad and Jeremiah once again have a conversation tearfully. And Jeremiah's alien tears come squeezing out of his eyes. And he's looking at his alien brother like, listen, I need you to tell her how you fucking feel, bitch, because once she makes this choice, once she chooses betwixt us, that is what we will settle on. We will no longer argue about Belly. This will be the end. And Conrad's like, bet. And so they kind of go to bed. Meanwhile, while they're running around doing whatever, Belly's calling her mama like, Mama, how do you know when you're not in love with somebody anymore? And her mom says some old lady shit. And we're like, okay. She's like, I don't know. You just like, and she's like, that's not very helpful. And her mom's like, well, there's a season. She said something about how sometimes there's a season for love, which is true. There's a season for love. Sometimes you love someone for a season. And maybe Conrad was last season, girl. So anyways, she's laying in bed. And this is the second time that she's like going to talk to Conrad. But Conrad talks first from the side of the bed. Now Jeremiah's asleep on the other side of the bed. They're not in the bed together. These two brothers are on the floor. She's in the bed because of course she is. And he's like, Belly, I love you or some stupid shit, whatever the fuck he says. He's like, I didn't mean all that mean ass shit I said before. Like, I totally love you, like, whatever. And she's like, oh. And then she goes to sleep. They all wake up. And when she wakes up, she sees that Jeremiah's gone. And she's like realizing like her truth. I'm saying it with an F on purpose. And she gets out and she's like, oh my God. And she's like looking for him. She's like, Jeremiah, Jeremiah, Jeremiah. And she's walking and she's looking and she's calling him on the phone. And he doesn't pick up. And she's like, oh my God. And you can see it out of the corner, like, bing, bing. These are the lights, the cars, the lights at the back, the tail lights. It's Jeremiah. And he pulls up and she's like, Jeremiah, I thought you left. Bitch, he's the only one with the car, first of all. Why would you think that he had left? You think he would leave you and Conrad in the hotel without a car? Are you dumb? Anyways, she thinks that he just, I guess, took off. So, please send help. I need 3 pillows and some cool sheets. So, she's like sitting there being like, oh, let's talk. I need to talk to you. And he's like, listen, I'm Belly. And he just starts kind of going on about how he understands like that she and Conrad have always had a thing and like, and then she's like, what am I thinking right now? Because apparently that's a game that they always play. And he always was like really good at it. I don't know. I don't really understand that because that's that shit that I don't like. I told you he was an alien because he could always figure it out. But this time, he don't want to figure it out. He's like, an alien mind melding her. She's like, and then they're like, because she has chosen Jeremiah. I'm so sorry that I keep on with like the disgusting tongue things, but like, listen. So the two of them deep make out, and they come inside to the hotel room where Conrad is standing there. And Jeremiah's like, oh, I brought breakfast. And then for some reason, Jeremiah leaves the room for like the two of them to talk so she can tell Conrad it's over. And she's like, Conrad, we need to talk. And he's like, yeah, but can I go first? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, listen, I didn't mean anything that I said last night. Like, whatever. Like, I don't love you, you know, whatever. And then she has like this little voiceover and she's just like, that's Conrad. Conrad gives and Conrad takes away. He's never lied about that. That is almost literally verbatim what happened. I watched this morning, really. It was probably 2 a.m. We're not going to talk about it, but I watched it this morning when I couldn't sleep. And the little sigh that she has where she like realizes like when he does that and she's just like, this is it. This is why I can't choose you. I cannot choose the emotionally unavailable douchebag because you're gonna do this every time. You're gonna like suck all your feelings into your alien booty hole and leave me standing here alone. I want to have part of your feelings. I want to suck your feelings out of your booty. Wait, that's not correct. Anyways, the point is not me personally. That's Belly talking. I was speaking in Belly's voice because that is disgusting. Either way you put it, it doesn't matter whose voice you put it in. It's gross. I'm so sorry. The point is, she's chosen Jeremiah. She is happy. And when Conrad walks out, and like they're like, oh, da 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 da. And he's like, no, I'm gonna take a bus. Y'all go ahead. Like, I have things, whatever. And they're like, all right. So of course they don't give a fuck because they're like happy with each other. Like, fuck Conrad and his little asshole ass. And they leave him behind. Conrad has like a breakdown. Like you can see his alien heart like just breaking into 80 gazillion gabillion pieces. Gabillion is only an alien number, and that's why I'm using it. You can actually like kind of physically hear the thing just like tinkering around. It's horror. It's horrible. And like it's the one time I actually kind of felt bad for him because I was like, bro, but it was like, it's your fault. It's your fault. You did this. You had the power to tell the truth. And this is the thing I don't like. There's two things. So I like that Belly chose correctly. She chose Jeremiah, who can share his feelings and can share everything with her. And he wants to hold her hand when they're riding together in the car. And he wants to be there at her volleyball camp, which she's allowed back into. Yay for her. She's like, volleyball, boop, bump, 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 set it, bump, 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 set it, bump, 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 set it. So she's doing her thing. And now, like Conrad, his heart destroyed. We don't know what's going to happen in season 3, but I guarantee you that there's going to be another fight for Belly's love because there's no way. But here's the thing. I'm curious. I'm curious if Jer knows that Belly gave the cookie up to Conrad. You know what I mean? I'm just curious because that's like some weird sloppy seconds. And they're not even sloppy. They're not even sloppy. I apologize. I'm just saying it's only like maybe it's sloppy because it's your brother. They're clean. It's clean seconds. It's good seconds. It's brotherly seconds. It's alien brother seconds. So it should be fine. So I do really like that she did not choose the emotionally unavailable piece of shit, that she chose somebody who wanted to be with her. I don't like that Conrad still lied because Jeremiah expressly asked Conrad to tell Belly how he really felt because Jeremiah wanted to know that he was being chosen for real, for real, for real, not default that she actually wanted him. And he still didn't do it because he's a bitch. So anyway, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just this show is fabulous. It's such a good time. And we're basically ending it with like her, like Belly being like, I don't know if the future holds. Like, this isn't the future I imagined. Dabby dee dop. And then, of course, she spikes the ball and the screen goes black because, of course, it does. I'm telling you, season 3 is going to be rough because Jer has done the deed because, he likes everybody. And it's kind of obvious, but I feel like he has done it because he's bi. So he's that. He's a bisexual. And as someone who likes to ride many bikes, not me, but him, I don't like to ride bikes. I like to look at all the bikes, so they're also pretty. But as someone who likes to ride bikes, I would assume that he has ridden other bikes. So this will be awkward because I feel like because Conrad is a these are my predictions for season three. Because I haven't read the books. Don't get on me. Don't be like, did you read the books? Of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. I work all the time. Okay. I have time to stare at a TV screen and kind of like listen with my ear, but I don't have time to read it. And no, I can't read an audio book because I have ADHD. So my audio processing is bad. So my predictions are Conrad is somehow going to let it slip because he's an asshole and he always likes to destroy everything around him because that is what he is. He always comes in like a wrecking ball. So what he's going to do is destroy everything. He's going to let it slip that he like, with Belly. That's going to make Jeremiah feel a little awkward and weird. And I feel like that's what we're going to be doing in season 3. So the summer I turned pretty as told by your sleep deprived parasocial friend, and for some of you, actual friend, Audra Rains. Thank you. Oh my God, not teenagers are horrible, and I have one. I love this. Listen. Yeah, she's just back and forth between them. Back and forth between them. Because it's hot to hook up with sisters or brothers at the same time. That's not in. Listen, I said this a long time ago. This is the white people situation. I don't know what it is about white people in their movies, but there's always some kind of weird incest. Look at Clueless, Star Wars. Like it's like flowers in the attic. It is a constant theme. Maybe we should all get. I forgot I said that. Hi, Danae. Welcome to the weird circus that this is. Thank you. I've never seen the show, but the recap is awesome. Appreciate it. Share if you would with anyone who would like to. Thank you for the standing ovation. Appreciate it. Excuse me. I did an entire reenactment of almost like the first 2 seasons, all the important parts of The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime. So, if I ever feel like watching this show, I remember that I will always prefer Audra's recap. Listen, I need to go to sleep because really and truly, I have not slept. You see? Umbrella Academy had that weird theme too. Very off-putting. Thank you. With the monkey and the yeah, with the monkey and the voice. That's what I call it. It was gross and upsetting and off-putting. Oh, thank you. I need to start putting my Ko-fi up here or something whenever I'm being a weirdo. But yeah, I'm hoping to get monetized. I don't know how far I am from it at this point, and I never check because I love it. I love doing these and like being able to just be like, I am super sleepy. And I'm never this will never happen again, right? And I could never film this. I promise you I couldn't film it like this because I would get like, confused and forget things and I would like So anyways, I will see y'all next time because it is time for me to go to bed because of course it is. Until next time, please be safe. Patrons and channel members, we will be watching Fast and Furious tomorrow, I believe around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there because I'll probably be asleep. You know what's going to happen there. All right, y'all, take care of yourselves. Be safe. And until next time, I love you. Mwah.